अभय चरणार विमुक्त स्वाम श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। जय विष्णु पाद कचरिए स्तोत्र से सर्वेश्वर सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी वैष्णव प्रभुपाद कोटि वैष्णव all glories to Simba. All glories of God, Shiv and Shivana Prabhupada की जय। Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरोन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वावदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवंश्च श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सागरना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी पुष्पानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय वंचाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री द्वैत गदाधर श्री सदी गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे गंगरदिवाचालं पवं गंगाधे गिरिमित्रपातं श्रीरंगतारं परमानंदं श्रीचैतन्येश्वर नमः विष्णुपदाय कृष्णकृष्णावतारश्रीमद्भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी नमस्ते सरस्वती गौरवाणी प्रचारणे विशेषणे Today we are reading from Canto, fourth Canto Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 1, text number 7 and 8. Verse number 7. तोष प्रतोष संतोषो तोष प्रतोष संतोषो भद्र शांतिर इडस्पति भद्र शांतिर इडस्पति इद्मः कवि विभो स्वह्ना Idma kavi vibhusvapna swahnaha. Sudevo rojano dvishatta. Sudevo rojano dvishat.
Dosha pratosha santosho dosha Bhadra Shanti Ridaspati Vidma Kavir Vidusva Swahnaha Sudevi Urochano Visham Dosha pratosha santosho Bhadra Shanti Ridaspati Itmahakavi Vibhusvanaha Sudevo Rochano Visa Sudevo Rochano Visa
Others.
Dosha santosho Bhadra Shanti Vinaspati
Bhadra Shanti Ridaspati
Swahana Sudevo Rochano Vishad
Sudevo Rochano Visa
Doshaha. Dosha. Pratoshaha. Pratosha. Santoshaha. Santosha. Bhadraha. Bhadra. Santihi. Santi. Edaspatihi. Edaspati. Idmaha. Idma. Kavihi. Kavi. Vibhuhu. Vibhu. Swahnaha. Swahna. Sudevaha. Sudeva. Rochanaha. Rochana. Vishat. 12. Translation. The 12 boys born of Yajna and Dakshina were named Tosha, Pratosha, Dosha, Bhadra, Santi, Idasvati, Idma, Kavi, Vibhu, Swahna, Sudeva, and Rochana. There's no purpose. तुषिता नाम ते देवा आसन स्वयं भवान्तरे मरीचि मिश्र ऋषयो यज्ञः सुर गणेश्वरः. Translation. During the time of Swayambhu Manu, these sons all became the demigods, collectively named as Tushitas. Marichi became the head of 7 rishis, and Yajna became the king of demigods, Indra. Purport. During the life of Swayambhu Manu, 6 kinds of living entities were generated from the demigods, known as the Tushitas. From the sages headed by Marichi, and from descendants of Yajna, king of the demigods, and all of them expanded their progeny to observe the order of the Lord, to fill the universe with living entities. These 6 kinds of living entities are known as Manus, Devas, Manuputras, Amsavataras, Sureshwaras, and Rishis. Yajna, being the incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, became the leader of the demigods Indra. Correct. I neither have any qualification nor have any realization, especially in verses, something like this. So, this material world was created to give an opportunity to living entities who want to lord over the material nature. క్షాద్వేష సముత్తేన ద్వంద్వమోహేన భారత సర్వభూతాని సమ్మోహం సర్గయంతి పరంతప. So, one day we all decided to enjoy independent of Krishna. Then we are attracted by the metal energy. Rather being attracted by the opportunity to serve Krishna, we are all attracted towards metal energy and we came down. When it happened, we don't know. Anadi karma phale pudi bhuvarano jale. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur song is there, so we fell into this abysmal depths of darkness, nations, and we are trying to enjoy, we are trying to control, we are trying to lord over the material nature, but the results are otherwise. So after going through this struggle for a very long time, one lifetime we wake up. There is some problem here. What is that? This doesn't work. What is all about? Then what we do? We try to go back. We try to look back and we try to assess. Brahmana Brahmite Kona Bhagyavan Jiva, Guru Krishna Prasadipaya Bhakti Lada Bij. Somebody who is frustrated materially, Kunti says to Krishna, Tama Kinchana Kocharam. So Krishna is a property of the materially impoverished. For that type of people, Krishna is the property. When Nardamuni, the small boy, who eventually would turn into Nardamuni in future, when he was meditating, and what happens is he hears a voice, So this boy gets the darshan of Paramatma, and then he hears a voice resembling the rumbling of clouds. I have given you my darshan only to increase your attraction, only to increase, your attraction towards me. The next line I meditated for so many years, but unfortunately I couldn't apply it. Those who are attached to the temporary pleasures of this world cannot see me. Oh, what a statement. Those who are attached to the temporary pleasures of this metal world cannot see me. I'm very sorry to tell you, you'll not see me in this life. Try your best. That voice disappeared. So only to increase attraction, what Krishna did, he revealed himself for a while to this boy, only to tell, hey, this is real, this is not unreal, this is real, really real. Paramatma realization it is spiritual, it is not material. So Nardmuni says, because he got that, everyone should get that type of one thing in their lives which will imprint on their heart. Krishna is there. Krishna is there, Krishna is real. I'm not this body, but I'm spirit soul is real. And everything in this world is temporary. Nobody will live with me. Nobody will come with me. I don't know how I came alone, but I'll go alone. Honestly speaking, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, or 1 year later, or 10 years later, 20 years later, one day we'll all hear a message. Your days in this world are numbered. Even if you have $1 billion that time in the bank, even if you are the president of any country or prime minister of any country, that type of fear starts actually. What starts? Fear. To the extent you're absorbed in bodily consciousness, that much extent. You may be guru, sannyasi, brahmachari, very thick color saffron. To the extent somebody is absorbed in bodily consciousness, that much extent, fear starts. So there Nardmuni says, without even looking for minimums, I led my life, living only in the holy places. Without looking for the bare minimums, So in that picture, you'll see Nardamuni wearing a cowpin. You would see him just wearing only cowpin. You know, means that is what that was the only possession he had in this world. And he mentions, because I don't have any attachment for anything in this world, and the last minute of my life, I thought of him only. When I thought of him only, then like the lightning and illumination occur at the same time. My leaving the body and my getting the spiritual body happened same time. You know, so the only person I know who really comfortably went to the next level is actually Dhruv Maharaj. He stepped on the head of death and he ascended the aeroplane. Otherwise, if you read Lilamrita, the last pages, of course, Sasur Maharaj writes, Srila Prabhupada is always Krishna conscious. You know? But Prabhupada was giving training to all the disciples how to leave the body. So, this world, they were chosen. You know, these Toshitas and the Devatas were chosen. And sages were chosen. Why? To bring a good progeny into this world. To bring a good progeny into the world so that they will have a natural inclination for spiritual life and they'll go back to Godhead. So spiritual life, they'll take it up and they'll balance the material life and spiritual life with spiritual life as the priority. Everything we should orchestrate our life in such a way, we invest time on chanting. If not, no, if we don't do that, then what happens is we'll be swept away by the powers of the material world. We'll be swept away. My father died when he was only 45. Today I'm 55 actually. So I would think of men sometimes, what happened to him? What was his consciousness? Did he expect that? So the point is, usually people invest in children. I went to Grand Rapids and I was telling them, they asked me to see the property. Then they asked me to speak. I said, if you're all from India, so you have this inclination, but not your children. And usually what happens, Indians invest in children actually. So much. To the exclusion of Krishna actually. There is nothing wrong investing in children, but to the exclusion of Krishna is wrong. And I told this story. If you all want, I can tell the story. This family, they're very rich people. Indians only. And they would host union ministers, chief ministers. And imagine your home, union minister is coming, means the central cabinet minister is coming. That type of family. Means there is hustle bustle activity at home always. So you'll be talking, so you'll also have, when you're hosting a union minister means what? You can control good area, business, money, all these things. They had 2 children. Eventually, when they became old, the family shifted from California to New York. Real story, happened 2007. So the girl found a Jewish boy. The son got married to some another girl. I don't know which origin. But the story starts. One day father died actually. Father, time is powerful, right? And actually, father was in the last minutes of his life. She called, daughter is in New York only. She called the daughter, this mother. Your father is in the last minutes. So he came, everyone understood he's leaving the world. As soon as he left the world, this daughter, I cannot understand this. She left. Shit. This mother did not know whether she should cry. Wife and husband from India, right? They have a strong relationship. Or she couldn't. Wow, this daughter left. I can't understand this. This mother was shocked actually. Then she called son. Son, your father died and you have to come and cremate. Son said, I'm very busy. I have tight schedules in the office. Production support problems are so much. Put him in the morgue, I'll come up 1 month. First time, I'm sure she regretted for having not given the lessons of life. Because today universities are telling only, make money, you'll be happy. Rohinandan made a statement which I never knew in my life. So this Prabhu in the car yesterday was telling, this Prabhu will go and tell, I'm asking my advisor what to do. Rohinandan said, advisor will speak only for the university. Because they are there to increase the money of the university. They will never advise you for your welfare. They will advise you for university welfare. Means they are not your advisors. Because if they advise you to benefit university, their salaries will come. Wow. In other words, they are cheating you. In other words, they are cheating you. And that's where we send our children to spend maximum amount of time. Anyway, this Prabhu came. America, everything is connected to money. Funeral means you have to wear a particular type of dress. Black dress only. It's very costly. Yadru told me one time, if you don't have this churches, the pastor, if you don't have the membership of the church, they will not come. That is very beneath the dignity. Hurry, for the funeral, pastor didn't come, means you're useless. Hare Krishna. And I don't know why I'm speaking this, but I'll come to this. He would come here regularly actually. He knew me from Nurundavan. So when I moved, he started coming here. Some very few of you may know him by face because he doesn't come. So, but anyway, so it was actually a festival that day. I don't know which festival it was. This last year actually. Oh, sorry, last year. So what I did, I didn't tell anybody and I went because it's actually Janmashtami. So I went to the funeral. You can't believe what I heard. The sons-in-law were speaking actually. I'm sure it was a shock for Mataji because they're a very traditional, Indians. I said, this is how what you speak. And I want to tell one more. One day one professor called me during COVID. That is another story. The father and mother, nice software engineers. During COVID, mother died. Very young. Daughter was in college. Performer in this University of New Jersey. And the 13th day, 12th day, she went to the room of the father in the middle of the night, 1 o'clock, and she woke him up. Father said, what do you want? Dad, I want my mom. Hey, this education is so nonsense. Nobody told her mom will never come. And this professor is calling me and telling me, Professor, this is the situation. This daughter is depressed. As I told him, if you want, I can counsel her, And I said, this education is nonsense. You make money, you'll be happy. You make money, you'll be happy. There are devotees, they want their children to be Krishna conscious only so that they'll become successful in their career. That's cruelty. So my point to you, that's why today nobody joins full time. Why? So much of brainwashing from school only. So much of brainwashing. You make money, you'll be happy. One lecture I heard, when a son wants to join full time, the soul of the mother and father, they cry in joy. Wow, one person is joining full time. Brahmana Puran says when son joins full time, 7, 8, 21 generations, they'll be jumping up and down, dancing in Pitraloka. Arey, one person in my family is joining full time, and because of him, mera uddhar ho jayega, my deliverance. But here we all have minds. Mind says no, or this mother will be crying like anything. This daughter, father will be crying like anything. It happened to me also. So why until that point you don't realize? What a cruel world, huh? What is Kali Yuga? Whatever is wrong is official. University tells that, teachers tell that, parents tell that. Somebody is sincere, that's why it's called Manda. Manda means Andha. Plus A. Blind. And when it takes so long time to decide, you're already old. Boys don't get girls, girls don't get boys. It's all chaos actually. You know? So no. You know? Many times I said this. It happened 2, 3 times to me actually. Deathlessness. And I'm not speaking like this. Arey, what do you want? Hey, I'll give you 3 million Facebook followers. No, no. What do you want? Breath. Nee, I'll give you the best sense enjoyment. What do you want? Breath. It's like a literally fish out of water. I was struggling. So still I didn't realize the power of ignorance. Wow, what is the power of ignorance? Bhaktivinoda Thakur's song is very good. You know? बुलिया तुम्हारे संसार ऐसिया बेना न विधा व्यथा. What a powerful song. Huh? You all should know, anyway, I mentioned Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Saraswati Thakur got the message, father passed away. But he had to come from Mayapur. By the time he came, Bhaktivinoda Thakur was already, his body was cremated. Saraswati Thakur could never attend the final rites. Mother said, Bhagavati Devi, your father asked about you before leaving the world. Certain instructions. But Saraswati Thakur, they're all missionaries. They came to the world of, for a specific purpose, So, what is that? I just one thing I can speak on this verse is so why good progeny would come? Daksha, in the lineage of son of Prachetas, in the lineage of Dhruva, I will not speak the story. He gave birth to 10,000 Haryasus. And what is the Daksha's duty to Krishna? Populate the universe as a Prajapati. So Prajapati, he wanted the welfare. So what was he wanting from his children? Guys, go to forest, meditate, purify yourself, and come back, and I'll get you married, and you'll populate. And Narada Muni came and preached to them. And guys, you're already getting purified. So why are you getting purified to suffer? You get purified to eternally enjoy. Take sannyas. Narada Muni is a powerful preacher. 10,000 Savalasvas. Actually, first group is Savalasvas. They took sannyas and left. It was like you couldn't take it. Proper time, one family had 19 children. How many? 19 children. They have only one bedroom home. Many people would come into that home thinking it is a restaurant because that many slippers were there. It's a real story. Then one person out of 19, one boy joined full time. Parents didn't like it. Real story. Parents told him, hey, we thought you will bring us enough grandchildren. You have really ruined our plans. He said, you have 18 more. No, no. 18 more is plus one is always, it's not like a plus sweet. Children means children only. So we wanted all the 19 children to get married and give birth, and we want to play with grandchildren. Oh, what a conditioning. No, of course, if they're all devotees, that conditioning is wonderful. If you keep Krishna and you have, if they all come to the temple, all temple all is full. That's very good actually. If they all become 19 devotees at one shot. Probably that's the best preaching actually. So then what he did again, he gave birth to another 10,000. This batch is called Haryasvas. Now he is in a dilemma. If I send them to forest, Narad Muni will come and preach to them. If I don't send them to forest to do tapasya, they'll be rogues. And if they are rogues, if I get them married, they will give birth to bunch of rogues. I don't know this comparative and superlative words of roguery. Otherwise, I would have used that word. But Narad Muni, because he was a progenitor, he has a responsibility to Krishna. He decided, no, I'll take a chance. I cannot, get them married when they're rogues. And again, he sent them back. Same place, this place called Narayan Saras. And again, what happened? Narad Muni came. If you really ask me, younger brothers means those who will follow elder brothers very nicely. So what do you mean? What do you mean? Your brothers already purified themselves and they're on the way back to Godhead, Prabhu. You should also on the way back to Godhead. Why is stuck in the cycle of birth and death? And he went. They went. They also followed brothers. They never came back. The Daksha was agitated. First time he forgave. Second time he couldn't. And on the top of it, what is Narad Muni doing? One day somebody knocked the door. Daksha opened the door. It is Narad Muni. If somebody is angry, will you go to their home? And Narad Muni said, why did you come? You're a sage, right? Please come. By the way, is there any reason why you came? Yeah, there is a reason. I came to tell you that another batch, second batch also, I preached to them. And I only, preached to them heavily. And because of my preaching, instead of coming back home to get married, they all took sannyas. He couldn't take it. I told this story only to tell us. It is mentioned, you all go and read. What you have done is nonsense. When the fruit is not ripened, it's just a, it's in the unripened stage. You take and crush it, it will become soft, but there is no real juice. The fruit has to ripen naturally and fall on the ground. So this is the line I want to tell this. The purpose of this whole story is this. I want to get them married only to suffer. In that suffering, they'll realize everything is temporary. So they will go through the suffering through experience. Then they will not look back. But what you did, without giving them that experience, you took them out. They may fall down. So not only you separate me from my children, now they are unripened fruits. And they did not have the experience to suffer. Means they'll have the desire again. For that reason, they may even come back. Means they may fall down. What you've done, apart from not giving them experience, you have separated me from my children. I curse you. But there, Prabhupada writes, Narad Muni says, nobody will become renunciate because of the misery. What a $1 million statement. Huh? Nobody will take up Krishna consciousness or nobody will become a sannyasi, quote unquote, because you are going through some miseries. That is a $1 million statement. How many have understood? Nobody will take up to Krishna consciousness or renunciation, Krishna conscious renunciation because of suffering. People take up Krishna consciousness, Krishna conscious renunciation because of association. And there, three vairagyas are mentioned: Prasuti vairagya, Smasana vairagya, and one more vairagya. Huh? No. Okay, I don't know the word. I forgot the word, but I can tell. When people listen to the class, Purana vairagya, Puranam. When you hear Purana, Bhagavad Purana, yeah, this is all right. Of course, Prabhu, amazing. Yeah. This is amazing. I'll join full time only tomorrow only. But once that hearing is over, you'll go this place. You know, telling is his duty, not following is my duty. You know, that is what's called Purana Vairagya. Smasana Vairagya means anyone has been to cremation ground to perform not America, because everything is very nicely covered in America. You don't get that feeling actually. In America, in India, you get that feeling actually. So many times I went, So Smasana Vairagya means everything is temporary. Even I have to go through this only. My body is also going to be consumed to flames like this. So temporary, You will get really Vairagya actually. As though you're going to join full time tomorrow. But once you come out of it, never. Prasuti Vairagya. I'm sorry to tell you this. Prasuti Vairagya means the mother goes through, the sense enjoyment. When the delivery happens, why did I go through this? So much pain. I will never do it again. Never. I don't want any children. Father is crying, mother is crying, there is so much pain, But because of the uncontrolled senses, if these three vairagyas don't work, mother will go through children again. People do sense gratification again after listening in Bhagavatam class. People do go through sense gratification after going through cremation. That's the power of Maya. What's the power? That is the power. Even after hearing, after seeing, after listening, after going through also, still we don't give it up. Adbhuta jinki Maya hai. Arey, what a powerful Maya. I really appreciate it actually. You're amazing. This one round I'll chant at least. Maya says, try. Only one round. So when people come, when people come, they are offer obeisances. And what? Hey, chant one round. 4 mantras fully attentive. 5th mantra also attentive. 6th mantra. How nicely she takes you out of whoop. First Guru comes. Guru Maharaj, amazing. What I would wear saffron, amazing. Saffron, my daughter's saree, my frock is also saffron. Likewise, it will take somewhere. Wow, how nicely, whichever way, wherever is your consciousness, she'll take you from there. An experience. Very nicely she takes. Wow. At the end, you fold your hands and say you're amazing. So what should we should become Mayavadis? No. We don't become Mayavadis. What we do? Tapodivyam putragayena sudya tasmat brahmasokyam anantam. We don't give it up. Ayurveda says if the disease is 10 years, you have to take the medicine 10 years. If our disease is billion trillion years, means take the medicine billion trillion years. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So what is the process? Enechi Aushadhi Maya La Sivarolagi Harina Mahamantra Laut Mimagi. Hey, I brought you this medicine. Lord Chaitanya is telling. Harina Mahamantra. Take that medicine. One lifetime. 40 years, Prabhupada told Charu. For the process to work, it takes 40 years. But if you're not sincere, it'll take 40 lifetimes also. For somebody, it takes a little less than also. But it's a lifetime project. It's a lifetime project. So what is that? This Marichi, his name is mentioned. Marichi had said, what is the power? What is Maya's power? Our founder, Brahma, Marichi had 6 children. And one day Brahma was infatuated. That is the power of Maya. And he was doing the moral of the story, that's why I'm telling this. The moral of the story is he was doing wrong thing. When the people's, this Marichi's sons saw him doing wrong thing, they started laughing. That constituted aparadha. Wow, that is a beauty. That constituted aparadha. Then what happens? Because of that aparadha, they became children of Kalanemi. They were born as demons actually. And again, their curse also happened. So Hiranyakasipu cursed them that they would be killed by the hands of their own father only. Kalanemi became Kamsa, and these 6 children took birth from Devaki, Shadgarbhas. So the whole moral of the story is when an advanced personality, even if he does something wrong, we can directly connect to Abchet Sudarachara. Krishna says, what is your problem? I don't have any problem with him. I'll purify him. You don't offend him. These guys, they just laughed, that's it. Sometimes a tiny problems, we pay heavy price. Indra was told by Brahma, when Brahaspati walked out, Indra was glorified and Brahaspati came, Guru Maharaj came. And he was so much glorified. He was sitting with Mother Sachidevi. And at that time he didn't get up, that's it. Indra, what is it? Brahaspati waited also. Still he didn't get up. Brahaspati wanted Indra to learn a lesson. Brahaspati disappeared. By the time the Brahaspati disappeared, Indra also realized, Arey, my Guru Maharaj came, I didn't offer obeisances. That's how this episode starts. That led to Brahmahatya. Vishwarupa was killed. Yeah? Sorry, Guru Hatya, because he accepted Vishwarupa as the Guru. And later, Twashta's father, Vishwarupa's father, Twashta became angry and created Rutrasura, who is actually Maharaj Chitraketu. And he killed Rutrasura also. That is, Rutrasura is Brahmana, Brahmahatya. Because of these 2 Hatyas, that wherever he was, this sin personified is chasing him. And on the other side, Mother Sachi was going through so much trouble. They called this Prabhu from earth. Initially, he was very good. But one day she saw her, he became infatuated. Hush. And she went and called. Sachidev is regarded as one of the Pativratas. She went and told her husband, please come back. He came back because now she was blessed by the Rishi Saptarshis. He was glowing. Indra ran away. I cannot stand before him. Indra ran away. And Mother Sachidevi, very, this guy is telling him, Indra means I need Sachidevi. You should become my queen. She said, no. Wow. How many trouble, all this trouble started just because he couldn't stand up for a few minutes and offered obeisance to Guru Maharaj. Sometimes we don't think, our behavior is we are reaping the consequences because of our improper behavior. This mind, nonsense mind, this mind only behaves like this. We use bad words, we use wrong words and bad behavior. It's all mind. Jadapur told one time, if you, without blessings or senior devotees, if you do anything, 97% you're wrong only. I asked him, Prabhuji, what do you mean by 97? Why not 99? Why not 96? He said, that's what came to my mind, 3%. That's what he said. But he said 97%. So one has to be very careful. The Shadgarbhas, finally they ended up in heavenly planets, Devaki, Sutala planet. With Bali Maharaj and Krishna had to bring them. Krishna said, hey, never do this again. Be very careful. Krishna told them. They drank the milk of Devaki because Devaki breastfed Krishna. That has become prasad. That's why they were delivered. They went back to their positions. So the point is, one has to, spiritual life is serious responsibility. Serious means serious. Yesterday was the disappearance of Vrindavan Thakur, author of Chaitanya Bhagavat. I'll take only 5 minutes. There is not so much was given about him actually. Vrindavan Thakur was a disciple of Nityananda Prabhu. And more than Vrindavan Thakur, mother was spoken actually in wherever I read. Narayani was the niece of Srivas Thakur. One day Lord Chaitanya came. Lord Chaitanya did not reveal his divinity. That day soldiers are going to come and Srivas, you're going to be arrested. Srivas Thakur started praying to Narasimhadev. Lord Chaitanya came, I'm he. In our Advait Prabhu acted, so very nicely, so nice that drama actually. So, and he revealed his 400 form actually. She was shocked. He said, bring all your family members. Everyone came. And in that family members, Narayani was also there. She was only 4-year-old, niece of Srivas Thakur, elder brother's daughter. Lord Chaitanya said, as a super soul, I will change the heart of Kazi. If he becomes independent, and he still persists, what I will do, I'll call all the mullahs and, tell them if they can make, can they exhibit the love of God? I challenge them. They cannot do that. But what I do, I give them, then I show what I am. To prove, if you want, to prove that, what I'll do, I'll prove right now. And he called Narayani and said, Narayani, chant. Just by the Lord Chaitanya summoning her, immediately Narayani became ecstatic. She got Krishna Prema. She was rolling on the ground. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? And Narayani would also get Lord Chaitanya's remnants regularly. So later she was married. Her husband's name is Vaikuntanath Vipra. And very interesting. Sometimes people think, if I come to Krishna consciousness, my problems will be solved. It means you came only yesterday. And if you're in ISKCON for a while, you'll understand that is not true. So her husband died. Maharaj Parikshit, father died because he was born. Same thing with Vrindavan Thakur also. Then she came back to Mom Gachi. She came back and started staying with Srivas Thakur. But how she ended up in Mom Gachi, I don't know, because that's when Vasudeva Datta started taking care of Vrindavan Thakur. That great soul. And at the age of 16, he was initiated by Nityananda Prabhu. And he would travel with Nityananda Prabhu actually. Nityananda Prabhu told him to stay there's a place called Dhenur. So there Nityananda Prabhu told him, you write Chaitanya Bhagavat. Then he went to Mamgachi. From there he wrote Chaitanya Bhagavat. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, all these authors, they actually, they were so humble. Padyavali has so many wonderful poems, but authors were unknown. They never declared, they never revealed their names. That's why we don't hear so much about Vrindavan Thakur. Of course, celibate, we don't hear so much about him. But Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami glorifies, Chaitanya Bhagavata Vyas Vrindavan Das. So he is in Chaitanya Lila, in Krishna Lila is actually Vedavyas, and he came as a Vrindavan Thakur. His mother, Narayani, was actually, Ambika was Malini Devi, the wife of Srivas Thakur. That Ambika in Krishna Lila was actually nurse of Krishna. And Kilimbika was a sister of Ambika. That Kilimbika was actually Narayani. So that is the Gaurgana Dipika speaks about these two personalities, Manani Devi and Narayani. So Vrindavandas Thakur also warns about Vaishnava Aparadha. But because he was writing a disciple of Nityananda Prabhu, he would write in more or less everywhere he would write. He covered, first of all, he covered only Lord Chaitanya's Balya Leela until Lord Chaitanya would go to Jagannath, you have to take sannyas. Up to that portion only covered. There are certain portions also he did not. And also, there was Nityananda Prabhu also was, he speaks because he was, everywhere he would mention Nityananda Prabhu. And after post sannyas activities, we don't hear from him in Chaitanya Bhagavata. That's why there was a need. So they both named it Chaitanya Mangal. And Lochandas Thakur also wrote it. It's also Chaitanya Mangal. And he also wrote it and called Chaitanya Mangal. Then all the elders, Gaudiya Vaishnavas, they had a meeting and they decided they would call it as Chaitanya Bhagavat, and they would leave it Lochandas Thakur as Chaitanya Mangal only. But then Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he wrote, what he wrote is, of course, Chaitanya Charitamrita. He elaborately described, in Antilila, the post-sannyas activities of Lord Chaitanya. So, actually, the humility of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is actually, if you go to Antilila more and more, wow, he says, I'm a worm in the stool. Nobody should see my face. If you hear my name, you'll get all the sins. Wow. So he's trying to distance himself from the fame that he's going to get in next 10,000 years. Vaigunya Ketikalitam Paisanya Vranapeditam Dainyarname Nimagnom Sri Chaitanya Vaidyamasraya. My body is filled with germs of material activity. Because of that, my body is filled with boils of envy. Because of that, I'm drowned in the ocean of sorrow, Dainya. For that reason, I have taken shelter of this Dr. Lord Chaitanya, Vaidyamas, Sri Chaitanya Vaidyamasraya. That's great, right? Wow, what a humility. He's calling himself born in the stool. My body is filled with boils of envy. Nobody should hear me. Nobody, if you hear my name, you will get all the sinful activities. But you read this book, you will be liberated. Amazing, right? So that's how he is distancing himself from the glory that he is going to get from this. Wow. That is Vaishnavism. Anyway, that's what I want to speak. Thank you very much. Any question or comment?
Thank you so much. Nice. Maybe this question, I need help in formatting the question. When I hear the pastimes of Dhruva Maharaj or Narayani, when we see that, okay, because of the tapasya, Lord Vishnu came and Dhruva Maharaj really couldn't speak, so he put the conch, Lord Vishnu put the conch, and then Dhruva Maharaj started glorifying and saying that, okay, I was looking for broken pieces of glass and I found a diamond, why don't I need anything else? Here, Narayana Devi was in front of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Mahaprabhu started saying, okay, chant the name of Krishna, and she got immediately love of Godhead and she started saying Hare Krishna Mantra with so much of feeling and love. So my question or something that I need more further explanation is about, is it the Dhruva Maharaj's tapasya that made the Lord put the conch on his head, gave the feeling of not wanting anything else, or just Narayana Devi being there happens to be there right at the right time to get the love of God. And somebody like me who is really has no taste, trying to follow the process and feeling that still have like, am I at the right place? I mean, it's not that there's a doubt, but am I doing the right thing or is it really working? So I just wanted to get more of your thoughts, like how do you place this? Our effort or just being right is the right time to achieve the advancement or get some glimpse into the spiritual life or advancement. Thank you.
Yeah. You know that Damodar Lila 2 inches short is the easiest answer for me to speak. One is your endeavor, next is Krishna's grace. One time, this lecture I was hearing, there, what is name? Arjuna killing Saindhava, Jayadratha. Going through the lecture actually that. It is 98% your effort. But Krishna is 2%. If he had not covered with the chakra, that day he would not have achieved it. But anyway, I should not use the word 98%. So Arjun made effort. Krishna's grace was also there. Daivam Chaivatra Panchamam. Without Krishna's sanction, it will not happen. So your endeavor should be there. The grace also, despite the endeavor, without grace, you will not achieve anything. So that is in general. That's why Damodar is at 2 inches. But there is a but. There is a Krupasiddha also. Ajamil, till last day he went through sense gratification. Ajamil never attended any seminar on the holy name. Ajamil never knew the power of the holy name. And he did not call Krishna. He called his son, whose name happens to be the name of Krishna. Right? So, this example is also there. But nobody goes to exam hall thinking that university will give moderation. Yes or no?
Yes.
So, a sincere student always, goes well prepared. Okay, even if for some reason, despite your best preparation, still the paper is so tough, then you have to bank on Krishna's grace. One lecture I heard in Kanakada's story, whatever the consciousness that is expected there, you have to show that consciousness here. Ideal. But we are all Kali Yuga, we are all the products of Kali Yuga. Prabhupada said, if you Kali Yuga, it is very deep. It's impossible to avoid Namaprad. Prabhupada statement is there. You cannot, the focus is difficult, Prabhupada said that. Still, the Nirundan Prabhupada statement is there. If you are 70% pure, I'll take you back to God. Prabhupada statement is there. I don't know whether you understood or not. I quoted, so I'm sure, we should try our best. Leave the rest to Krishna. Indrajit Maharaj says, Kali Yuga means we are all mercy case. It's very difficult to come across as sadhana siddha. Mercy case, Krupa siddha only. But of course, we should not, one devotee also said, you try your best to do in sadhana to attract the Krupa. That statement is also there. So Narayana being present is not an accident. She is an eternal associate of the Lord, that's why she is there. And the rest is Leela. And does it answer your question?
Yes, Prabhu. I mean, theoretically, I can understand. But what I'm saying is Krishna is all powerful. He can do anything. So why to really put a living entity knowing that, oh, he's only going to go suffer and give the intelligence and do the Dhruv Maharaj thing right with that every living entity, saying that, okay, you're going to only suffer and change or take away all the desires to enjoy separately from him. Like, why doesn't that happen as Krishna's kripa?
Love cannot be forced. Krishna doesn't intervene in our free will. If the free will is not there, Krishna is like, so many robots he can create. So somewhere I think Chaitanya Charitamrita, millions of universes made up of gold and silver on one side, one struggling devotee chanting 2-3 rounds on one side. You ask Krishna whom you want. Only this devotee. Why? Krishna, like this, he can create millions of universes made of gold and silver. But this one, Krishna cannot. We are Krishna's element. We are from Krishna. We have the free will. And that free will we utilize in Krishna, we should utilize in Krishna service. Most of the time we don't. That's why great acharyas pray, my Lord, take my free will out. You know? You know? So that means that is our helplessness. Means it is going against us only. You know? So that's how we pray. But Krishna, why I love Bhagavad Gita is, yatechisa tadhakuru. I told what I'm supposed to tell you. Now you do whatever you want to do. So Krishna doesn't intervene in our free will. But like you have children, you have a child. So what you will do? Every day you're bringing chocolate. Give it to her. Our parents, after bringing their children for 20 years, hey, I took care of you for 20 years. Huh? So many times when you were sick, we cancelled our picnic programs. You love me. Can you say that? If you say today's children, they'll smile and go. So you will unconditionally serve them. But how they reciprocate is in their hands, Prabhu. It is in their hands. The moment Krishna cancels that, Krishna is considered, you will become a robot in Krishna's hands. Even if you reciprocate, there is no sweetness in that. Nowadays, all these people are doing, they're putting chips in the brain, something like that. So Krishna doesn't want to do that. Because when you come naturally, you start looking towards him naturally and start loving him, it gives him unlimited joy. It's Rasaraj. He wants to enjoy that rasa. You understand? That's why Krishna doesn't intervene in that. But believe me, he'll give you all the tools. He'll provide everything to you. Everything is done by Krishna only. Only thing, minute after minute after minute, my Lord, I am yours. You have to choose Maya. That is Bhakti. You have to choose Krishna, not Maya. I don't want to choose Maya. I don't want to choose Krishna. That's why, trust me, more than the boy who wants to walk, children want him to walk. Parents want him to walk. But this boy cannot even get up. Get up, get up, get up. Father can give the hands. But the only problem, the boy can never walk. Father says, get up, get up, get up, get up. Ajo, ajo. Are so difficult. That endeavor has to be from him. But if you keep on making him walk, the boy will never learn walking. Initially, father gave him hands. I don't know who taught you cycling. Fast. Initially, they will give it, but after some time, they leave it. You have to be on your own one day, cycling. You're understanding or not? So that's why Krishna, that free will it's preserved. It is preserved to you, and you have to come back and engage your free will in Krishna's service. Then only the proper equation of exchange of love manifests. A simple point, last point is you have to be at the right place at the right time for that reason. Sangha is very important. No? When Sangha is there, they will take you forward. That's what. Yes, question.
Just one clarity, Prabhu. Very wonderful class, very wonderful points you shared. I have one question on the Vaishnava part, and I'm just trying to understand that because it apparently looks like it's not just only how this person reacts. So I was reading about Shivananda saying when he gets to meet Nityananda Prabhu, and Nityananda Prabhu is angry on him because apparently he's singing, I'm hungry, you will not feed me. And when the nephew of Shivananda saying immediately leaves from there and he goes and complains about Nityananda Prabhu to Lord Chaitanya. And Lord Chaitanya laughs and feeds both of them his Mahaprasad. Now, if I see from an offense, but again, I'm not judging, I'm just trying to clarify, please forgive me if it apparently looks like that. So it apparently looks like Nityananda Prabhu did not take their offense. That's why Lord Chaitanya's mercy they still receive because they got the Mahaprasad. But if we talk about Marichi's son here, they offended Lord Brahma by laughing. Apparently, Lord Brahma took their offense. That's why they had to suffer. Is there like two steps there? Or in spite of whether he had, like in this case of Indra, you gave an example of Brihaspati did not take an offering because he did not offer his obeisances. But he still had to go through suffering because he did not offer respect. So I'm just trying to understand from an offense perspective.
Okay. If I understand correctly, Prabhu, first of all, Brahma, I'm sure Brahma was not aware of this, that these guys were laughing. Brahma was actually running, So, actually, is that in what is it, this Durvasa, what is it, Ambarisha Pakyanam? I don't know where I heard, but when you offend a devotee, devotees, they don't take offense. The dust from the feet of the devotee, that takes offense, So devotees, they are not offended. In the sense, so there, whether it's Ambarish or in here, first of all, and this is all energy, Maya, so this energetic Krishna is behind that. So they, just because of the transgression of etiquette, they had to go through this Marichi's sons. If I'm really right, Brahma was actually, he was in his pursuit, So, but because they laughed at it, just because of the transgression of etiquette, they have to pay that price. I mean, it's a lesson for everyone. When I heard it, because in Vaishnava circles, when you call spade as a spade, it is not an offense. But to which person? That is the lesson. So you have to be careful. That is the moral of the story. You cannot call spade as a spade when it involves a very advanced personality like Brahma. That is a lesson. So maybe a devotee in another devotee here, is different. Probably simple, bro. Many times I meditated on this. Suruchi never thought he's a pure devotee. What a price she paid. Huh? It's actually not an activity, it's sports. But it's price she paid, heavy price she was burnt. She said, of course, it's a statement of envy is there. You have to die and take birth from my womb, but then only you can sit. She said that. She never knew. In 6 months to come, this boy is going to see Vishnu and he'll be like a celebrity. I'm honest with you, once one has to be very careful. We do not know whom we are dealing with. Suddenly that person will come into limelight. He'll become so famous and sincerely, quote unquote, sincere devotee. I told these words to him. I know. I should not have told. That's true. So anyways, coming back to that is my point. First of all, Brahma, I have role. They got this because of the transgression of etiquette. That's it. Then coming back to the Srikantas, that is one second Srikanta sin actually. Their Prabhu Nityananda Prabhu is a personification of magnanimity. So Audarya, the entire Gaurlila is Audarya only. And what is that? So though I mean, I can give, I felt when I read that, I felt this one day I spoke on this also. Lord Nityananda Prabhu's kicking Shivananda Sen. Usually what, Guru does is, I heard many again and again. When you are going to go through a severe punishment in future, up to the point of death, what Guru will do is he'll give you like this, a punishment like this, and he'll mitigate the bigger problem. When I read it, that's what came to my mind. That's it. So Nidharu actually, in order to make that happen to Shivanand Sen, he did that. Otherwise, telling, you didn't arrange my accommodation, there is no food, your children will die. So, this is Balramji falling at the feet. Jagan mother is breaking his head, but no problem. And Shivansen is such an exalted devotee. He's doing this year after year after year. Just because you didn't have food, no. Nityananda Prabhu's the Nityananda Prabhu's activities, it's very difficult to fathom actually. Shivanand Sen could fathom that. He held that feet. He told his wife, yeah, I deserve this. Wow, what a faith he had. That's why, bro, faith one cannot purchase. But the nephew, he was is a child, he couldn't understand. You know? That's why when he went to Jagannath Puri, he didn't take a chadar. When you go before Lord Chaitanya, you have to take the upper garment. He didn't do that. And so Govinda warned him, don't, hey, take it out. Lord Chaitanya said, don't worry, wait. Then he understood, hey, he is a super soul. He knew what happened there. That's why Lord Chaitanya is telling, that's okay. This Srikant understood that also. Once he became cool, Lord Chaitanya knew what happened there. That's why he's, he's telling, no, don't talk. He's agitated. Chodo unko. Understanding? So, entire Gaulil is Audari actually. That's why Lord Chaitanya didn't care, Nityananda didn't care. So everything went on. That's why Prabhupada, one place in Chaitanya Charitamrita, we should not be so concerned about the dealings between two Vaishnavas. There is little, we should not put our finger there. Eventually they'll bury their difference, they'll come back. But if you put your finger, you'll add your dimension, you will be incriminated in that. One has to be very careful. Got my point?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
Prabhu, I have a question about after hearing the lecture. I have a question about hope. So, materially, many times people feel hopeless from a material perspective, and some may realize that, may not realize it, but ultimately there's really no material hope. And Bhagavad Gita confirms that. Asha, Asha, Shade, Badha, hundreds of things entangling, and that hope is there's really no material hope. And like Rupa Goswami is confirming with the same word Asha, he uses the word Asha, Bandha. So, and one is like how one is there is really no hope materially. So there was this essay that I read a couple of years ago. It was in Back to Godhead magazine by Vishaka Devi Mukherjee, where that article talks about spiritualizing material hope. And so since materially one really has no hope, one hopes for so many things, but at the end everything is dashed. And so you spiritualize the hope, and that essay talks about different examples like how Dhritarashtra and the last moment Prithviraj came and advised, and even though he didn't take pure yoga, but he did spiritualize it to an extent. So in this way, but then today when I hear this lecture, and even from our own experiences, you spoke about like Purana Vairagya, that and so on. It looks like even the spiritual hope sometimes can make it's sometimes very dim in the sense that okay, so what is the hope that we can even progress spiritually in a sense? Because then so many impediments are there. One should not get trapped in the Maya scheme, and then even when it comes to Krishna Bhakti, then there is Vaishnava, that there's another thing. What is the final hope that in this lifetime we let it go? Next lifetime, I think we have to start from ABCs, we have to get some proper family, and then it just looks hopeless even after.
I'm sorry, bro. Please forgive me now. No, it's actually no. Akim, I really did not mean. I should not have quoted that. Please forgive me, but actually, thing is that. No, I sincerely apologize because speaker has to invoke hope. If he's making it hopeless, I take. No, I understand. Please forgive me. Prabhuji, first of all, our hope is actually Lord Chaitanya. He is giving access. What Brahman Shiva, Sivirinchanatam Saranyam. What they are looking for, Lord Chaitanya came and he is giving it to all of us who are very unqualified. That is the second, second thing is it's magnanimity, audarya. With no even though we don't have any qualification, still we are coming and practicing it day after day, month after month, year after year. So every day every mantra I hear and chant, I know it's an eternal credit. I'm going to the next level. So, but these examples are given only to caution us that we have to be very careful. We should have a sufficient healthy fear for Maya so that we don't, we don't cross the lines, you know. Otherwise, actually, what happens? The examples are there, definitely. Prabhu, and Maharaj, what is that? Indra, all Indra did was only a small mistake, Prabhu. But he had to pay heavy price. But of course, this happened in heavenly planets, no doubt. You know. So our thing is, we have to be careful about Vaishnava Prad for sure. And Prabhupada made it very simple. Chant 16 rounds, follow four principles. ISKCON is there in the spiritual world. I'll take you back to Godhead. If you're not qualified, I'll take you from back door. Prabhupada said that. I've never heard anywhere who is telling with that much confidence. First time actually I'll tell you where I developed so much faith. Bhaktirtha Swami said, I got a call from Krishna, I'm going back to Krishna. I never saw anybody from India telling this. But he made that statement. I honestly speaking, one day I was in that room. Whatever I heard there, amazing. And not that he's just after 2 weeks he left the world. And people saw him 3-4 times after he left the world. In Christian tradition, it was like a resurrection. So they say that word actually for him. So the simple thing is, it's a genuine process for self-realization. Another beauty is you can stay where you are, but practice bhakti, and yes, you will go back to Godhead. So that's why Prabhupada started the magazine Back to Godhead. In America, actually, rather than using the word, you let in the love of God. Love of God is very intangible. That's why I use the word Back to Godhead. That's how you can inspire people. You can go back to Godhead. This place is suffering. That is, you say love of God, it's very intangible. What love of God? People cannot correlate. Yes, it is true. So Prabhupada said back to Godhead. That's what he inspired in all these Christian countries, right? So no, you can go back to that place, and you'll have a spiritual form. You'll be with with Krishna. All these things. So, and in ISKCON Bhakti, in our organization also, so many people went back to Godhead. So I have seen that. I've seen Bhakti Swami. I've seen so many episodes. So I narrate the stories actually. Prabhuji, one line I can tell you. I realized on my own I cannot. I need grace. I'll tell you my mindset. I try my best. I do mistakes, no doubt. But I'll not leave the process. I'll do so many mistakes. Because of that only my chanting is inattentive, despite my best efforts. Means I'm doing some offenses, according to Jiva Goswami. But I'll still continue. For example, sometimes I go through things which are actually they are not good to even wear saffron. Where will I go? I cannot go anywhere. Not because materially it's zero. No, I cannot imagine my life outside. My Lord, you punish me here, I'll stay here only. I have done something which is against the dress, punish me. I'll stay here. I can't imagine. One sannyasi said, what can you, I can't, his words are same words actually. I can't imagine my life without this. After this many years, after having seen so much. And I love this. Okay, I cannot walk properly, my Lord, punish me. Krishna says, there is no prayaschitta for a devotee. What is the prayaschitta? Just chant. The bhakti, continue bhakti. You'll be purified. Abhichet sudurachara. Prabhuji, even if the whole thing is hopeless, one thing gives hope. Abhichet is not ordinary durachara, sudurachara. Bhajate mamananimam. So even if because of by accident you have done something wrong, Krishna says, hey, look, I am there. That is the prerogative of being a bhakti yogi, bhakti devotee. Krishna is there. The 2 verses of 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Tesham satyuktanam bhajanam priti puroga, and the next one. Tesham evan kamparvam. These both verses are for bhakti yogi. Krishna still, I am there. So what is that? Prabhuji, that is the day when Krishna, Arjuna killed Jayadratha. He penetrated the entire army and went to the end. Means it's like kabaddi, he touched the other line also. If Duryodhana had any intelligence, he should have went there, next day he should have made truce with the Arjun and Pandavas. Because Prabhuji, if Jayadratha died, Arjuna would die because of the curse, because of the benediction father gave. If he doesn't, Arjuna has to die. That's the one day Duryodhana slept very nicely. Why? If Jayadratha is killed because of the father's benediction, Arjuna would die. His head also will crack into pieces. If he doesn't die, Arjuna will die. Means it's a win-win situation, any situation. Now you tell me where is the hope for Arjuna? But the hope is Krishna is there. We have the holy name. We have the prasad. We have Prabhupada, the grace. Prabhuji, there is only one organization where people left and right install deities. You don't see that anywhere in the world today. Only we do that. Prabhuji, you want in deities, all right. You get the name to immediately deities. Frankly, this is Krishna Prabhu. Directly from Krishna, this is coming into your home. Why? Our founder has taken, what is that? He has taken Krishna on lease for the rest of Kali Yuga. That's why we do that. Of course, we should not take it for granted, though. This should increase our faith on Srila Prabhupada in a number of times. Oh, what a personality Prabhupada is. What a personality our Guru Parampara is. Yesterday I was telling, yeah, Guru takes karma and Guru suffers. Really? Wow. If you take it, this whole process of initiation granted, you'll take that Guru granted. Really, my Guru goes through suffering. If at all anyone has a value in ISKCON, it's actually Guru. Though we don't see him. Why? He took my karma. Because you have faith in the process, he's taking your karma. It's all superficial. Then you will not value him. No, why we value him? Because he is really taking karma. He is really suffering. I have seen so many sannyasis, gurus suffering actually. That's why his process is perfect. Heavy though. Heavy process. But it was made easy because of Lord Chaitanya's grace. Just continue with gratitude. Don't offend anybody. Even if you offend, ask for forgiveness and go for it. This process, there is no process in the planet that gives that much hope as our process. That's why I cannot imagine anything other than ISKCON. Next life also. I pray I should be connected to Prabhupada. There may be many great gurus in Gaudiya Math, right? My life changed because of Prabhupada. Prabhupada and his lineage. They came up GBC college, they came up with the Prabhupada Anugas, one book. Rasikram Prabhu wrote it. I don't know, I have not read it. But it's a nice thing actually. It doesn't answer your question.
Prabhu, one question. This is Kanya Krishna Das.
Just give me 1 minute.
Then,
Class ended and you can take prasad. Yes, Prabhu, what is the question?
Dhanvat Pranam, Prabhu, very nice class. Very nice class. Prabhu, this taking a birth in this Kali Yuga is also very auspicious because other Kali Yuga is where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu doesn't come very fast or Krishna doesn't come. So we are very fortunate to take birth in this Kali Yuga, right, Prabhu? So we have a golden opportunity to prosper in bhakti.
Perfect our lives in bhakti, yes, Prabhu.
And we have perfect setup also, right? Srila Prabhupada has given everything ready-made.
That's why we should give our sweat and blood today, not tomorrow. To the extent you can join full-time also. Or you sitting in your home, you do full-time also. Then that is the best way of reciprocation. What do you think?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, why not? We know, like after working in Google as a CEO, if you become a plant in Google, what is the use? Google में पेड़ बन गया तो क्या फायदा? इतना attachment हो गया Google से. Because of Tamogun, you will become a plant in Google only. So when everything is perfect, give life to Radha Gopjan. Nitya, or that our Nitya Patman or Srila Prabhupada, one lifetime, sincerely. That I don't know what your question is. That is your question, right?
No, there was no question. I was just adding some point.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you very much. So we have a community meeting at 10 o'clock. You know, it's a little late, so 10:15 we'll do it. Huh?
One verse for the
Ah.
next verse by Yamanacharya, from Chaitanya Charitamrita, very beautiful verse. I just want to read that verse in the context. Na dharmishto asmi na chāpavedi, na bhaktivam stvacharanarude, akinchanaha ananyagati shanya papadam shanam bhavati. I am not a virtuous person, na dharmishta, fixed in the principles of religious conduct. Neither am I a great transcendentalist, na chāpavedi, awakened to spiritual knowledge. In addition to this, I don't have the slightest trace of devotion for your lotus feet, na bhakti mamstvacharanarude. O refuge of the devotees, although I am so unqualified, Kinchana, please permit me to take shelter under your lotus feet, for I am now lost in this material world. I do not possess anything of value and have no place to turn but your two lotus feet.
Amazing. Thank you very much. So we'll end it here, and we have a community meeting here, and 5-10 minutes late. We'll join 10:15. We'll end it first. We'll not. So